Horrifying discovery in the dark basement. Alright, folks, gather round, because I'm about to tell you a story that will send shivers down your spine, make you think twice about going to sleep at night. It's a tale of terror, a bone-chilling account that will keep you on the edge of your seat. So, grab a blanket, turn off the lights, and prepare yourself for the horrifying discovery in the dark basement. Once upon a time, there was a small, quaint house nestled in a quiet neighborhood. It was the kind of place that seemed innocent during the day, with its white picket fence and blooming flowers. But as the sun dipped below the horizon and darkness consumed the sky, this seemingly peaceful home transformed into a nightmarish abode. Our story revolves around three main characters: Jack, a curious and adventurous teenager; Emily, his older sister who had a knack for uncovering secrets; and Mr. Johnson, the mysterious owner of the house next door who was known to be a recluse. Little did they know that their lives were about to take a terrifying turn. One gloomy evening, a thunderstorm rolled in, casting an eerie atmosphere over the neighborhood. Jack and Emily, bored and restless, decided to explore the abandoned house next door. Armed with flashlights and their courage, they ventured into the dark basement of the decrepit building. As they descended the creaky stairs, the air grew heavy, and a musty smell filled their nostrils. Each step echoed through the basement, amplifying their fear. They were surrounded by darkness, with only their flashlights to guide them. The siblings stumbled upon a locked door at the end of a long, narrow corridor. Jack's curiosity got the better of him, and he insisted on finding a way to unlock it. Emily, ever the voice of reason, warned him about the potential dangers that lay beyond. But Jack, undeterred, pressed on. After what seemed like an eternity, Jack managed to pick the lock, and the door swung open with a haunting creak. As they stepped inside, their flashlights revealed a sight that froze their blood. The basement was filled with rows upon rows of dusty, old dolls. They were worn, their limbs twisted and contorted in unnatural positions. Each doll had a vacant, glassy gaze that seemed to follow the siblings' every move. It was as if they were trapped in a nightmare, surrounded by the lifeless eyes of these forgotten toys. But that was not the most unsettling part. Strewn amongst the dolls were photographs, tattered and faded with time. These pictures depicted children, their faces warped with despair and fear. The siblings noticed that some of the children in the photographs bore a striking resemblance to their missing neighbors. Suddenly, a chilling realization washed over them. Mr. Johnson, the reclusive neighbor, had been kidnapping children and imprisoning them in this dark, twisted basement. The dolls were a cruel and twisted representation of the innocent lives he had stolen. As panic set in, Jack and Emily swiftly retreated from the basement, slamming the door shut behind them. Their minds raced with thoughts of how to expose Mr. Johnson's heinous crimes and rescue the missing children. But it would not be an easy task. The siblings began their crusade, gathering evidence and seeking help from the authorities. Days turned into weeks, and sleepless nights became their new normal. They were driven by a desperate determination to bring justice to the victims and put an end to Mr. Johnson's reign of terror. Ultimately, their efforts paid off. The authorities apprehended Mr. Johnson, freeing the children he had held captive and ending the nightmare that had plagued the neighborhood. But the horrors they had witnessed in that dark basement would forever haunt their dreams. So, my dear readers, as you cuddle up in your beds tonight, remember that sometimes the scariest monsters are the ones that hide in plain sight. Be wary of the unknown, for darkness can reveal unimaginable horrors. And who knows what spine-chilling discoveries may await you when you least expect them? Sleep tight, if you dare. P.S. Did you know that basements are among the top 3 scariest places according to a recent survey? People often associate them with darkness, dampness, and the unknown. It's no wonder they make the perfect setting for terrifying tales.